Hello, my fellow good-looking B&G Resies. Today's special guest is Lilia. How are you, lovely?
Good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Today we are talking about the Met Gala. Now, I don't claim to be a fashionista by any means. I don't think I've gotten out of my Udi, actually, in the past few weeks. But when the Met Gala rolls around every year, my critique goggles go right on. What's your opinion of the theme this year, Lilia?
I found it quite interesting. I think America as a theme is definitely, I found it quite narcissistic, an American ball with an American theme. But then again, the celebrities, they are celebrities. They do love a bit of glitz and glamour all about America. So
Very Hollywood,
I did really enjoy seeing it.
So for those listening who aren't aware, the theme this year was American Independence, and it was co-chaired by singer Billie Eilish, tennis pro Naomi Osaka, Timothy Chalamet, and the poet Amanda Gorman, who I adore. And the theme itself explores the question, who gets to be an American, basically. And the aim was to create conversations about, and around diversity, inclusivity, sustainability, gender fluidity, and body positivity through design and fashion. And the framework of the show enabled a focus on the younger designers who are engaging thoughtfully and deeply with those ideas, and included over 100 pieces from American designers, which I thought was very interesting. And Rihanna was said to be hosting this year's annual Met Gala after party, so there was a good chance that she would steal the spotlight. And I don't think she necessarily stole the spotlight, so to speak, but she made a huge impression. I was looking at her photo, and the way she stares down at the camera. Yeah. She's wearing this black, I don't know how to describe it really. It kind of looks like she's been sliced down the middle by frills. This intense black dress. I don't know. Rihanna, so commanding, really.
Oh, stunning. She owns the Met and she knows it.
In my opinion, though, I think Billie Eilish really stole the spotlight. As always, that woman can do no wrong.
I think close tie between Kendall Jenner and Billie Eilish, both were just stunning.
Her and Emily Blunt wore similar things, I think. And
yes, they did. Very similar.
Sparkles, and I adore Emily Blunt in so many ways. But yes, gorgeous. I think Billie Eilish's look, the fact that she had to be covered in a sheet when she walked in, very Marilyn Monroe-esque for people. She looked like a cupcake doll, really. She had the huge frills, peach pink dress, and the blonde bob. I love it.
And I think, the fact that she went full classic Hollywood, because she's definitely the next generation of celebrity. She's our age, and she's taking on that really, androgynous, individualist kind of fame. And the fact that she kind of tailored it back to, where the original fame came from in Hollywood was really interesting to me. And to really see that progression as well of Hollywood and America and how things have changed over, the past 60 years.
Yeah, for sure. Very cool. But can we talk about Kim Kardashian for a second? Kim Kardashian wore all black, including her face, completely covered. She was wearing Kanye West x Balenciaga, which interesting that she was wearing Kanye West outfits. But she was completely covered up from head to toe, couldn't see a lick of skin, and honestly, I think she should keep it that way.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely not what you expect from a Kardashian at all.
I saw it and I started giggling. I was like, what does Shrek have to do with American fashion? I mean, I know he's a god. And going back to sex and fashion in America, the first thing I think of course, is Shrek. But I thought it was so funny.
Yeah, that's my fashion critique for today.
I appreciate the critique. I personally, it didn't stand out to me as one of my favourite dresses, but I didn't hate it. There were certainly some questionable outfits. There was one that I saw that cracked me up. It was Kim Petras, who I'd never heard of until this outfit. I don't know if you've seen it, but she's wearing a horse head on her chest. And it's I don't know. I was just so confused.
My best friend, he sent it to me, and he said, when horse girls go to formal. And I just thought it was so funny.
I shouldn't be I'm sure she's a lovely person, but dress
it was a unique choice. The whole horse head as well. I'm not quite sure.
And something that I love to see, though, was Elliot Page making his red carpet debut in an all-black, like, tuxedo, white shirt, and the green carnation.
Yes.
Apparently there was a lot of significance behind the green carnation because Elliot Page came out as transgender in December. And the green carnation itself might be... people thought it was a tribute to Oscar Wilde, who often wore green carnations on his suit jackets. It ended up, like, the green carnation became a queer symbol, apparently, when Oscar Wilde introduced a handful of his friends into wearing them on their lapels as a secret, subtle hint that you were a man who loved other men. Really.
Oh.
And I thought it was... I just... Like, Elliot Page.
I really like that. I really love that.
I love him.
I just think he looks stunning and classic, and I think... Yeah, especially, like, he's been in the Hollywood eye for years, and he's finally able to actually be himself.
He looks so happy as well. Like,
yeah, definitely a major change.
He looks so proud, and I'm proud of him. And I thought, I also, in keeping with the theme itself, who gets to be an American, a focus being a lot on gender fluidity and inclusivity and diversity, I thought it was a really special moment to see him there.
So, yeah, Emma Chamberlain, definitely, she's our age, she's 20, and she is, like, come from a YouTube influencer to now being at the Met Gala, like, the biggest fashion event, really, in the world. And I saw her, and I was kind of like, oh, like, she looks stunning. But also, she used to do, like, unboxing hauls and days in my life, and now we're watching her, like, on, like, in Vogue and major fashion magazines. And I was looking into a little bit more how she's managed to establish herself in the fashion world. And the way it started was in 2019, YouTube and Louis Vuitton combined and decided to send someone to Paris Fashion Week. And they chose Emma Chamberlain. Yeah, which is really interesting. And she was there, and, like, she kind of had a guide mentor who was Carly Kloss. And since then, like, she was really well received at the Fashion Week. Everyone loved her. She had great outfits. And since then, she's been featured in Vogue, Variety, Allure, Cosmo, which is, So she's really kind of trying to cement herself as, like, the fashion icon of our generation, I guess. I am still a little bit skeptical, but I think she looks stunning. And it wasn't the best dress of the night, but it definitely wasn't the worst. It was just kind of a medium. But, like, she was dressed by Louis Vuitton. Like, she definitely has that existing relationship with, like, this high fashion brand, which I found really interesting.
It also, the idea, also Addison Rae was there in bright red, and it also, like, it makes it, like, again, I see these people, I see these influencers off YouTube and off, like, TikTok, and I get so confused. I mean, I understand that these are big influencers. They have huge followings, millions and millions of followers. And yet, I don't know, perhaps it's just the platform that they're established in that makes me question their validity, perhaps.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And, like, I think what was interesting with Addison Rae is that in her outfit, she really tuned into, like, the classic red Hollywood dress. And she didn't wear a new dress to the event. She wore a dress from Tom Ford's 2003 collection for Gucci.
It's quite nice. It's well tapered.
It's really gorgeous. And it's been worn by, like, quite a lot of other celebrities to other events. Like, it isn't anything that hasn't been seen before. And I think that was notable because I think often there are so many designers reaching out to dress celebrities for the Met Gala. And I think the fact that she didn't wear something new and didn't really wear something show-stopping and original might suggest that she could have had a bit of trouble sourcing a dress, and that she could have had a bit of, I think, hesitancy and reluctance to dress a TikTok star, which I think is interesting to consider, because even though she's been invited, I don't think she's quite recognised as a mainstream, like, fashion icon and celebrity.
Even though her name is probably more well-known than a bunch of other celebrities there.
Yeah, definitely. And I think also when thinking about, like, who they choose to invite, and things like that, like, they want to engage, like, our generation and the generation who's, like, a little bit younger than us, who are, like, 12, 13, 14, 15, and to really secure that engagement over time. So they're going to invite really these really up-and-coming, modern, highly consumed celebrities to these events. And I think that's why both of them were there, and I think their publicists are probably working very, very, very hard to secure them as mainstream celebrities, and I think the Met Gala was a great opportunity for them to do that. Also, I'm just jealous, honestly. If I got an invite to the Met Gala, I would be there. But instead, I'm in my lovely room. I'm in my lovely room on D2, spending my days in my pajamas.
I'll show up in my hoodie, and I will still look better than half the people there. No, that is a joke. For legal reasons, everyone looked amazing.
They do all look stunning, except Camila Cabello.
Except Camila Cabello. You've heard it here, folks. You've heard it here. Anyway, those are our opinions on the Met Gala. More or less, there were 167 outfits. There's so many to look through. I encourage all of you listening at home to check them out because some of them are absolutely stunning. Like Emily Blunt has my heart.
Stunning. And also, I think it's so important because a lot of the designers are by people of colour designers, and by up-and-coming new designers, and a lot of the celebrities and people on the carpet saw it as an opportunity to introduce them into, high fashion. So I think it's so great to really recognise the skill and the talent that's gone into it. So definitely have a look at all of those.
Have a look at all of them, for sure. Thank you so much, Lilia, for taking time out of your day to come speak with me. I have absolutely loved every second of it.
Aww.
So thank you. And there's no one else I would rather gossip about the Met Gala with than you.
Oh, me too. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. To all of you guys listening at home, stay safe, stay smiling, and that is a wrap.